OpenAI serves 800 million ChatGPT users on Postgres. eBay keeps its product catalog in MongoDB. Every app on your phone uses SQLite internally, and Uber, eBay, and OpenAI itself run their analytics through ClickHouse. 4 databases, 4 giants, 4 different decisions. If you think choosing of database is a matter of taste or hype, this video is for you. We'll look at Postgres, ClickHouse, SQLite, and MongoDB, not through benchmarks for marketing blogs, but through workload shape, what each one does fast, what it does really slowly, and where they actually run in production. All 4 databases store data, but the physical layout on disk is different, and that decides everything. Postgres and MongoDB store the record as a whole. All the user fields sit next to each other. Fetching one user is cheap. ClickHouse stores columns, all the emails together, all the dates together, computing the average order value across 500 million orders. Computing the average order value across 500 million orders is cheap. Fetching a single order is expensive. SQLite removes the server entirely. It's a library inside your process, one file on the disk. Remember this picture, everything that follows about each database is just consequence of it. My position in 2026, Postgres is the default. Not because it's the best at everything, it's not, but because it's good enough at almost everything. And the cost of walking away from it needs to be proven. Where Postgres breaks. First, analytics over hundreds of millions of rows. Row storage means that to aggregate one column, you read all them from disk. Second, writes in tens of millions of rows per second. Third, horizontal write scaling. Citus and sharding exist, but it's at this point where it's not longer just Postgres. SQLite is the most widely adopted database in the world, and you are underrating it. SQLite ships on every phone, in every browser, on every device. There is no toy database for learning. It's the most deployed piece of software everywhere. For React Native developers, it's a primary tool. But also SQLite has moved beyond mobile. Cloudflare D1 is SQLite on the edge. Torso run thousands of isolated SQLite databases, one database per tenant. The one file, one client pattern turned out to be cheaper and simpler than a shared Postgres with row-level security. The limitations are a single writer at a time, no network access out of the box, no custom data types in the strict sense. If you have hundreds of concurrent writers, this tool doesn't work for such needs. The most controversial part is that in 2010s, MongoDB was sold as database for everything. And the industry is still cleaning up schemas designed by a lot of developers under schema-less banner. But let's be fair. There are cases where the document model wins. Your entries are generally heterogeneous and nested. You need sharding from day one. And the team reads and writes data in the same shape it's stored in. The aggregation pipeline is powerful, and sharding is built into the core rather than bolted on. Mongo is not justified when cross-collection transactions are your primary pattern. Multi-document transactions exist in Mongo, but if you're using them constantly, you are building a relation model inside non-relation database and paying for it. ClickHouse. It's columnar storage, aggressive compression, vectorized execution. It was built for exactly one thing: analytical queries over a massive volumes. ClickHouse was born at Yandex for clickstream analytics, hence the name ClickHouse Data Warehouse. Open sourced in 2016, it's now the real-time engine at Uber, eBay, Cloudflare, OpenAI, and Anthropic. The numbers. A single node sustains over 1 million rows per second on insert. Queryable within seconds on arrival. When logs migrate from Elasticsearch to ClickHouse, a 600-byte document shrinks to 60 bytes per row, 10 times smaller. What are limitations on ClickHouse? ClickHouse cannot do OLTP. Update and delete are mutations, heavy background operations, not role-level updates. No full transactions. Point reading a single row by key is slower than in Postgres. And operationally, it's a different world. Merge tree engines, partitioning, order by as a sorting key, everyone choice at the start can hurt really badly. About details, Uber, Lyft, GitLab, and Instacart each independently build the same query abstraction layer on top because optimizing for milliseconds at schema complexity analysis shouldn't have to carry. If you are choosing a database for a project right now, start from the workload shape, not the feature list. How many rows does a typical query touch? How many concurrent writes? Does the data live on the server or on the device? Based on key metrics, you can really pick the proper database for your needs. If it's mobile app that should work offline and you need to collect the data on device, no shared usage, SQLite is the best choice. If you have regarding Postgres, I would say it should be default choice. Additionally, if you're using transactions, if you need relations between entities in your system, Postgres is the best choice. If you have nested, unstructured documents, if you need day one sharding, you need to consider MongoDB. If you collect analytics where there are billions of rows that you need just to insert and read only, no updates, no deletion, ClickHouse can be beneficial for such purposes. These are key questions, and answering on those is the key moment that can be like crucial for the database choice. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.